What's up, guys? Steve here. Today's dreadful topic is Pokemon investing. And, this is about a failed Pokemon investor. This is a person I've been talking to in the past week. And I really wouldn't use the word failed myself, personally, but they are a self-proclaimed failed Pokemon investor. So I'm just going to go with that. And I've tried to get my mindset into like someone who is also newer on Pokemon, who's into booster box investing. And I've been doing a lot of like deep diving. I've been in all the Reddits and I've been in all the some Discords and some YouTube's channels that are really going into Pokemon investing. And just from like a 50 subscriber channel to the 10,000 to the 20,000 to the 100. I've been sorting by new on most days, seeing what's popping up every single day on Pokemon booster box investing. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a hellhole out there. And I'm really not sure what a lot of people are doing, given any sort of advice on what something is good to buy when they actually have like no meat on the bone. They have no skin in the game. They put barely any of their own money in. And they're really just making videos just to like, I don't fucking know why. To be honest, look, I'm not going to gatekeep anything. Make whatever you want. But if you make stuff, you're kind of allowed to be called out on it. And you got people, I'm not going to use any names because obviously I don't really know. But I'm just going to imagine that these people, they put extremely low amount of money into their Pokemon investing. They put an extremely high amount of time into their Pokemon investing videos. And I really do think that they make more money from YouTube ad revenue, regardless of how low it could be, because I have YouTube ad revenue. It's like $300 to $500 a month, depending on how many videos I post. And it's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's not groundbreaking levels of money. And I can imagine they make similar amounts to what I make. And I don't think they make anywhere near as much from their Pokemon investments as they would from their own YouTube ad revenue. So it's really in their best interest to kind of push this Pokemon investing thing as much as possible. That's just my opinion. Sometimes it might make me seem like a little bit of an asshole, but when there's people, everyday people, just like this failed Pokemon investor that's, messaging me, and they feel like they wasted their money and they feel like they did all these things, regardless if it was their own decisions or not, this whole like stratosphere of like, this revolving circle of Pokemon investors is going to leave a lot of people burnt, and it really pisses me off. So I'm allowed to call you out, whatever. When you sit there and go, this is not financial advice, and then you go, buy this until you can't. It's kind of just like, what the hell is going on? But whatever. Let me get onto this story. No rants, not going to mention any names, but it's really just clownish. And these people, I can go on for hours. They accept memberships. Like, you can only talk to me or ask me Pokemon investing questions if you subscribe to my memberships. It's like, what are we doing here? You've only been around for like 2 years. How could you even know? You haven't even sold items before. Like, what is even? But that's fine. I can't just sit here and just put people down because I'm in a position of privilege, but I will do it if I need to. Backstory. I'm a failed Pokemon investor, Steve. I've kind of like summarized it a little bit. I've spent $10,000 on products over the last year. It's quite a large amount of money. I have various booster boxes, packs, and blisters. Everything is English. I have no more money to spend on more, meaning they don't really have extra money. They spend all their money and they just have to wait till they get paid. They can't stop looking at things. They watch videos every day. They're in Reddits every day. And they're trying to take as much information in as possible, but they feel like they're not really they're just getting FOMO constantly, and just makes them feel really bad. This is the point where they feel like they've failed. So because they're in it every single day, they're trying to find new stuff to buy, but they don't have any money. So they've tried to sell some of the stuff they have, but they're kind of realizing the one thing that a lot of people are going to start realizing once like value stops skyrocketing and everything starts like getting, pretty shitty, is, how do I break this down in the best way possible? I should have pre-recorded this and figure out everything. I had the word on the tip of my tongue. See, I'm a failed Pokemon YouTuber, that's for sure. What they're going to realize is new stuff is always better than the older stuff that was previously new. There's probably a word for that. And then eventually older stuff does become pretty cool. But if they just keep releasing new and new cooler stuff, it gets really hard to sell some of the older stuff. Trust me, I've been doing this for a while. And that's the difference between, I don't put myself on a pedestal, but I have been doing this for a long time. I have sold probably more than $5 million worth of Pokemon products, not including booster boxes. So single cards and graded cards, I've sold more than $5 million. You need to realize that is a large amount of money. And when you get to that amount, that's a large amount of items. It's more than 170,000 items in little cards and put in envelopes, and my mind's going to explode. So I've been doing this for a while, and I have an idea of what can happen when you buy the new stuff and then it feels really cool, and then you have the new stuff, and the newer stuff comes out, and then your new stuff is no longer cool, and no one really wants it anymore. So, I mean, that's just how it is, really. That's the ebb and flow that we go through. And I kind of devised a plan, a little bit of a, I would say like a 2-step plan, I guess. And I put it back in front of this whiteboard. I've been doing this for a while, looking to help this person out, because I just hate seeing people lose money in this space. Is I think it's a great space. We can all kind of have fun, gain a little bit of value. If you're not gaining value, you're just mass opening packs. You get the value from the pack openings. That's just another whole section. But this is just something I've done up for this person, and I figured it could probably help out more people. So let's get into this. So forget everything I just said. The video essentially starts now. This is the advice for the failed Pokemon investor. By the way, this is all one take, so give me a break if I mess up multiple times. All right, I'm getting sweaty just talking about this. Makes me sweaty talking about Pokemon investing. All right. First thing I need you to do. Now, I've already kind of given a little bit of advice to this person, but it's so hard to like over Instagram message just to like really give breakdowns and stuff like that. I'm horrible with like text and being able to explain and convey my thoughts. I can come across as very brash or harsh or rude, and because I'm Australian, we make a lot of sarcastic jokes. So this is the best way that I can possibly help people out. Spreadsheet everything. And only 2 things that I personally think you need is the cost of the item. So the cost is how much you paid, and the date of purchase. It's just another little bit of a, it's just important to know when you purchase something, really. This isn't some business spreadsheet or anything like that. I'm not going to cover anything about business or taxes or anything like that. No accounting or anything. Just for yourself, spreadsheet everything you've bought, put the cost of it and the date you purchased it. Pretty important. Organize and sort. You want to get everything that you have and put it in one area, you know? And this sounds really dumb. And people are like, why wouldn't you have all your stuff in one area? But I've seen pictures of people having 10 things in their closet, 5 things on their shelf, 10 things in their underwear drawer, 5 little blister packs hidden underneath their bed in a plastic tub. You want to get all your stuff, put it in one area to like visually in your mind being like, this is how much I have. Because that might make you feel a little bit better. Pardon me. It might make you feel a little bit better of like, you know, the hiccups coming in early. Might make you feel better of how much you might have with the money that you've spent. Sometimes even this can happen to me. I wake up some days and be like, man, I got nothing to fucking show for it. I got nothing to show for what I've done. And, you know, then I have to like snap myself out of that mindset, look around, and be like, okay, I got all my inventory here, got some stuff in my collection. You know, I got other things that I've done over the past decade. I can feel pretty good. You know, sometimes I feel like that about my YouTube channel as well. I can feel like, oh, what's it all for? You know, no one wants to watch my shit. It's all garbage. It's whatever. But like, no, I feel like I've been doing pretty good over the past 2 years, and I'm pretty happy with it. But sometimes we just need to see things in a different perspective and just move things in a different area or move them all to one to get you a better idea of what you have. That took a long time to get to that point. All right, now you want to start your socials. So now you're an official Pokemon seller. This is like really important. Like if you want to sell in this day and age and you don't have like socials and stuff like that, that's fine. You're pretty much just forcing yourself to like sell things, trade into stores, or sell them like trade into vendors at events if you have access to that. We'll get into that later, but you need to start your socials. Regardless if you want to or not, I think personally you need to. I mean, it's the only way to really stand out and be a little bit different, to create trust. Because, you know, when you're selling sealed product with Pokemon, the items usually start at like $50. If you're not selling one pack, right? Like a Japanese box is like $50. If an English box is like $100, whatever it is in your currency. I can't say every currency in the world, like, you know, but you know, that's pretty much it. English booster boxes sometimes go like 150, 200 Australian. They're not cheap. So when you're selling items for like 150, 200, that's an expensive item. Like that's not a cheap, like I just sold prior to this video. I sold a $4 single, you know, I paid maybe a few cents for that card. I sold it for $4. I make like $3 after shipping and fees. It's not an expensive item. I can send it in an envelope. It doesn't stress me out. It gets to the buyer. They're happy. There's no like stress, but you know, a $150 item, it has like an intact seal, so you need to protect that. You need to add more bubble wrap. You need to get like special box to put it in. You know, you kind of be scared because, you know, if the box gets a little bit damaged, it can damage the cards and damage the box. People also want to keep these things, keep them sealed, invest in them themselves. It's very stressful selling booster boxes. So having a proper place where everything you have and you look legit and you actually are legit is really important. So start a Facebook page. whether that is a business page or starting your own personal Facebook page. A lot of people I talk to these days don't have Facebooks. Maybe it's maybe I'm just old. You can see how sweaty I'm getting. It's winter in Australia, but doesn't mean it's actually winter. It's like 22 degrees right now and it's like midnight, so it's I'm hot right now, so just give me a break, all right? Especially with this light on me. I'm gonna sweat a lot throughout this video. So we got Facebook. Isn't that just disgusting? I'm just like sitting here fucking sweating like a pig. That's what my friends would say to me. I'm sitting here sweating like a pig. All right, so make it Facebook. And an Instagram account is super important. Places people can contact you outside of a personal thing. Some people, they like being contacted on their personal Facebook. Me personally, I'd prefer if people didn't. If people just message my business Instagram, that's like the best place possibly to contact me. Make your eBay store, even if you don't plan on selling on it straight away, make a store that has the same name as your Instagram. Trust me, please do it. And your TCG player, obviously make that as well. If you're in America, you can take advantage of TCG player. You don't have to use them, but make sure you have the same name across these three. And then your Facebook page, obviously have that if you want to sell on Marketplace and Facebook groups. They are great places to sell things, especially things that are a little bit more personal. A lot of people don't want to buy booster boxes just off random people, even if it is on eBay, even if it is on Instagram. Sometimes some people need that a little bit extra push to know that you're a realistic person. And they're not going to get resealed boxes, fake cards, scammed, this, that. They're actually going to receive it. Some people don't keep their stuff in good condition and they just send it. Like I once bought, it's just a box. Just dropped it. What am I doing? I once bought a box. 6 boxes of Evolutions, right? A long time ago from America. And the guy just chucked it in a box like this and like no packaging. And they just all shook around. All of them got damaged and everything. And this was back in like 2017 or something like that. It was like 90 US a box or whatever. It was a good deal. I was happy with it, but he put it in a box and then he just, like all of them just got destroyed and you know, nothing I could really do about it. I paid like friends and family. I just paid like a random guy on the internet. And I just opened the boxes. You know, I had a great time opening those packs, but that's pretty much what can happen. Like, you want to be known as a good seller that keeps the stuff in good condition. Those things don't happen as much these days. Everyone is more professional than normal than they used to be a long time ago. So, yeah, let's move on to the next, understanding the values. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a word vomit, a little bit of hard to understand. So, understand how I'm going to help you understand the values. All right. So, our example today is a $100 item. So this is a $100 item. I hope you guys can see this on the video. Shipping is not included in these stats in this column right here. So shipping is not included in this. This is just the item value. We're going to assume for this experiment that the people are paying the exact amount, perfect amount shipping plus fees, right? So if it's shipping's $10, we're imagining that we are going to charge people $11 on eBay for the shipping. So shipping is included. They're paying it. This is no shipping. I just need to make that sure, because if you sell a $100 item on eBay with free shipping, you're not going to get $87. You're going to get $87 minus the shipping amount. So just for this. So if you sell a $100 item on eBay, on average, you're going to get around $87, depending on what kind of seller you are, where you live, what category, all this other bullshit. I put 87 to 90. Like my fees, I think are like 8.2% or something like that, like somewhere around the 8.2% mark. Other people's fees are like 12%, depending on where you live. They have the extra 30 cents fee, so it like really is a lot when you sell cheapest things, and it's less when you sell more expensive things. But if you sell things privately off eBay, you're going to get around $80 to $85. And if you do a trade into a store, let's say a store offers like 70% value, you'll get around $70. They offer 80%, you'll get $80. So it's a $100 item. You sell it on eBay, you're going to get around 87 to 90. If you sell it privately, they're not going to pay the eBay price. Because everyone, regardless of whether you think it's going to happen or not, everyone's going to go, I want the eBay price without fees, maybe a little bit extra to like, you know, solidify the deal, because that's just how it is these days. I go through this every single day. Don't tell me it doesn't happen, because I know it fucking happens. And it's not a big deal. That's just how it is. Why should they pay the eBay price? You know, I always give people like 10% off the eBay price, because they're making it easier for me. They came to me. They're interested in buying the item. They're like, usually when people message you on Instagram to buy off eBay, they're pretty set on buying the item. So I like giving them that little bit extra, because they went the extra mile to buy from you. Why wouldn't I go the extra mile for them to buy off me? So, you know, that is the private. If it's $100 item, you're probably going to accept $80 to $85. Now, this doesn't mean the market value of the item is $100. It just means that you are selling it for $100 on eBay. So don't get that twisted. So $70 to $80 trade in, whatever, went through that. But this is kind of like the other side of it that I haven't really seen many people explain, is this is how much they're actually paying. So if you're selling it for $100 on eBay, they're buying it with shipping. If it's a booster box, it's probably going to be around $10, $11 in shipping. So I think for some reason I put 112. So I think I put shipping for this example at $12. So imagine it costs you $10.80 to ship it, and they're paying $12 in shipping, because, you know, shipping also has fees on eBay. So even if you charge $12 in shipping, you only get $10.80 out of that amount if your fees are 10%. I mean, it's a lot of fucking fees, and there's a lot of shit going on. So, woo, all right. Sorry for all the swearing, but this is a very I hate the Pokemon investing topic, to be honest. Yeah, I think it takes a lot of pride, and it takes a lot of, like, you know, skill and maybe feeling and a little bit of emotion out of it. Everyone's just like, just buy it and put it in this. It just really pisses me off. Plus, I'm an angry Australian. That's pretty much, we just talk like this all the time. So, if you sell a $100 item on eBay, you receive $87 to $90, and the buyer pays $112 plus tax. Usually, when people buy booster boxes and stuff off eBay, they try to manipulate using like the eBay Cent vouchers or eBay deals. Same things like TikTok has vouchers, Whatnot has vouchers, all those places. Not a lot of people that I know of who buy these things off eBay, off TikTok, off Whatnot, they really try to buy within the voucher periods. So just please, you know, this might not be 100%, but this just gives you an idea. It's like, okay, I'm selling a $100 item. My buyer has to pay 112 plus tax. If they're international, it's even more money for international shipping, plus even more for tax. So maybe a $100 item might cost someone in UK $140 to buy off you. Or maybe if they're just like in a 6% tax state, maybe that'll cost them $118, $119. But a different person could probably buy it off you privately for $85. You understand? Like, isn't that just a crazy thing? That like all these calculations we have to go through, and understanding values and understanding fees. And once you understand this as a seller, you can understand this as a seller, you can like reverse it, and then you can use it to buy your way. So isn't that nuts, right? You can use these calculations, and you want to be buying at the trade-in price. You want to be offering trade-in to people. You want to be a bigger seller like this. And I'm not saying everyone needs to be a big seller, or everyone should, like, you need to be this if you want to be successful. But when it comes to just doing stuff in general, people that are trying the hardest and people putting the most amount of effort and going all in generally get the most amount of reward. And I mean, I'm just saying that's just how it is. I'm pretty much proof in the pudding of someone who has put 100%, 120% of every single thing they possibly can. And I'm standing here today as someone who probably shouldn't be here, and there's a lot of luck has come my way, but is what it is, and I'm here. So I'm proof that a random dude can get something done and get a little bit further than he should have been, because he tried harder than most. That's basically what I'm trying to push here. So the people that are making stores, they're making pages, they're making Instagram accounts, they're like getting all this, they're going to vending, and they're offering trade-in, they kind of reap the reward of getting the trade-in because they've done everything. Like, they've done it. And they deserve the trade-in. Now, what you realistically want to be doing is you want to be the person buying at this amount, I guess. You want to be the person buying at the private deal. When you're buying booster boxes and stuff, try your best not to buy them off eBay unless you're using vouchers, or maybe unless you just can't find that deal anywhere else and it's too good to be true. But we're not going to get into too much of buying and stuff like that. Just understanding values and understanding how you can manipulate them into working in your favor. I understand there's a lot of word vomit, but like, this stuff is really, really, really important personally to me. So also this private example, I forgot to talk about this, is, you know, you get $80 to $85, but if it's online private, they pay like $90 to $95 because they have to pay shipping. But if they're buying it in person and there is no shipping, that's even better. You kind of want to really reach out as much as possible, and you want to sell to the people that you can sell to in private. There's no shipping, they're happier, you're happier, you can get the deal done nice and fast, and there's no risk of shipping, and there's no scary dairies. I don't know, is that a real word? I don't fucking know. All right, so let's get on to stage 2, shall we? Oh, how good's this whiteboard? 2 sides, right? You know, 2-sided whiteboards are more expensive than 1-sided. All right, my light's not messing with anything. Should I bring this a bit closer? What do you guys think? Yeah, there we go. Not too bad. Oh, yeah, cute little smiley face. All right, so now step 2. Let's get to work. Stop being lazy. Get off your ass. And stop feeling sorry for yourself either, because no one's gonna pull you up from your bootstraps. You just kind of have to do it by yourself, and that is an unfortunate reality of this world. And it might sound rude when I say that, but I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to get it into your head that we need to do things for ourselves sometimes. Other people can be there to help us out, but, let's get to work. Enough of that bullshit. All right, no more buying. You, sir, no more buying Pokemon cards in general. Please. For 3 months, at least. There's a 3-month plan. Please do not buy any more Pokemon cards. Take a step back. Maybe distance yourself. Maybe don't watch any more YouTube content, or don't be in any Reddits. Maybe try to move your focus. I put it down here somewhere. Into building relationships and kind of being in communities. And I'll talk about that later. But no more buying, probably no more watching content as well. Even this video now. Turn this off, downvote it, report it to YouTube for whatever. So let's sell your cheapest stuff first. So you've already... I don't know what the hell just happened with my mouth, but it is what it is. Sell your cheapest stuff first. Now, when I say that, I mean you did the spreadsheet. You got all your items in an area. What I want you to do is sort your spreadsheet prices, lowest to highest, and that automatically does it for you. And that shows you your cheapest stuff. Then when you sort the items out, I want you to sort the items down the bottom, all the way to the top. Your cheapest stuff, all the way to the highest and most expensive item. Just so you can visually see in your head, you can look on a table or a bench or a shelf or a drawer or however you sort stuff. My cheapest stuff is all the way here, and then it goes towards the more expensive, regardless of how much you have or how much it is. Trust me, mentally, it's going to do wonders for you. And, I build it on a little bit down here, but the reason why I say sell your cheapest stuff first, it gives you a little bit of a better idea of selling, customer service, issues that can arise, loss that can happen, how to deal with certain buyer demographics, how to just do all these things. I can say words, but it's really just going to help you more and more when you actually do it. Like, a lot of this just comes from doing. Now, you already mentioned you tried to sell some stuff. Now, what you're going to hear next is probably not stuff you're going to like. You're going to try and do some eBay auctions. You're going to try and do some actual proper selling. You're going to get your Instagrams, your Facebooks, all your stuff going. TCG Player, actually either price stuff at the market price or maybe a little bit under, add a discount, add a thing, watch the eBay selling videos that I got, or even ask. I can help you. We can set up some discounts, make the items more tractable. What is it? More attractive? What's going on? What is going on with my brain today? Make the items more attractive. Take better photos, actually show that the stuff's in good condition, learn how to pack stuff, kind of pack something by yourself. Get a 3-pack blister, put it in some bubble wrap, put it in a box, shake it around like crazy, throw it on the ground, jump on it if you really have to. See if your shipping methods actually work to kind of avoid issues and then loss by someone going, hey, you sent me 6 booster boxes loose in a big box and they just shook around everywhere and now I have all this damage. So that's why I say sell your cheapest stuff first. It kind of gets you an idea. Now, when I say experimental advertising / bundles, this is what a lot of people do. I see in the booster box space. Personally, have I done this? No, I have done this before actually, but not for other reasons. But when you're selling sealed products, sometimes you got like product A, it's like $20, and product B, it's like $40. And you don't want to go through the effort of selling 5 of product B and 5 of product A, because then you ship 10. Then you. Oh, something's actually wrong with me. This is what happens when you don't go to school, kids, by the way. You don't actually learn how to speak proper English, and then you go online and you try to talk and everyone can make fun of you. So you don't want to sell 10 items. You'd rather sell 5 items. You don't want to ship 10 items. I mean, then it can incur more issues and more loss. Plus, if you're doing bundles, people can feel like they're getting a little bit of a deal. Deals are great. Everyone likes a deal, right? Especially people that want to buy off you. What is that? Okay, that's a pet turtle. Well, not a real turtle. It's from my dog, okay? My dog's chew toy scared me when I stepped on it. Don't hate me. I mean, it's just, I got scared a little bit when that rubbing up against my foot. All right, experimental advertising / bundles. So it's when you get product A and product B, put them together, combine the price, maybe shave off 5%. So if it's $20 and $40, put it together, $57 for the two. People can feel like they get a little bit of a deal. You don't have to get an extra selling fee. You're reducing your issues and loss and your risk and everything. You might be getting a little bit less, and that is really an important factor because obviously you're a Pokemon investor. The idea is to make money over time, but I feel like you might be going on about it a little bit wrong, and you kind of need to learn how to sell stuff, how things can actually sell, and dealing with buyers and customers like yourself. So experiment with stuff like that if you have stuff that doesn't seem like it's selling. And this is just a little bit of effort. This is just, you've already made the posts. You're putting product B, you're putting product A up. In my like opinion of how I do it, I would go a listing with product A, quantity 4, or 4 listings of product A, however you want to do it. 4 listings of product B, and then 1 listing with product A and product B. So if you have 5 of each, you have 4, 4, and 1, right? So that's 10 items in total. Please tell me you understood that. So, and if you sell the combined listing, you reduce product A by 1 and you reduce product B by 1 and you add another combined listing. That is how I would do it. You can do it with as many items as you want, as few items as you want. People want to feel like they're getting a deal. Okay. I want you to document your progress. Now, this is something I'm probably not the best at, but I've been trying to be better at the past like year and a half. This YouTube channel is a, I guess, big document of my own progress, whether it be mentally, healthily, financially, business-wise, everything. I've tried to do a whole bunch of things, and I've documented how I've just grown really in the last year and a half, and I'm really proud. I mean, you go on some of my videos, I'm shaky with my hand, and I can't talk, and I can't hold eye contact, and I can't look, and I'm scared, and I'm worried about how I look, and I look like shit, and I got sweat stains. I don't actually think they are sweat stains. I actually think this is ramen stains, where like, you know, go to ramen, you slurp the noodles up, and they go, all my white shirts are stained, because I only really wear white shirts. And then I go to ramen a lot, and then I'm always slurping the noodles, and I might go get some ramen after this. Oh, it's too late. I have to make some. All right. So document your progress. Anything you sell in your spreadsheet. Spreadsheet 1 down the bottom, you have all your items. Spreadsheet 2, items I sold. Item, cost price, date purchased, item, sell price. Well, you don't have to put the item again, but you can put sell price and then date sold. You can just feel really good. It's your own depository of information to go back, maybe for some information in the future or a little bit of like inspiration in the future. You can be like, oh, I did that and I sold that. Maybe I might try that again. You know, I do it all the time. I look at my solds. I look at my items. It's just, it is. Let me do an example. Right now, I have sold 7 gold stars. So I've sold 7 Japanese gold stars in the past 2 weeks. They're quite popular. I'm getting a lot of messages on eBay. I'm getting a lot of F offers. And I'm feeling there's a lot of stuff going on with them. And I'm like, now what do I do? Let me go look for some more to buy. Let me see how much I've sold them for. See if I can buy other ones for maybe less. Obviously, I want to buy them for less than what I'm selling them for. That's the whole idea. And then I can use my own sales to influence my own future purchases. I would never know the Japanese gold stars were good to buy or sell in the first place if I didn't just try a little bit and do it and then, you know, try. I mean, you can't just get information for free in this world. I mean, unless you're watching my channel, of course. But, all right. And let's, this one you're probably not going to like. It's explore other options where you're selling singles, you do grading, maybe even make some Pokemon content. Doesn't have to be booster box investing, please. There's too many videos on that garbage already. But maybe do something else. It doesn't matter. There's so many people doing so many different things. I don't think stealing ideas is that bad. I mean, you can do it however you want. You have to steal ideas, but just copy something. Or I've copied off heaps of people, and people probably copied off me. I mean, I did a vlog in Japan. I'm not the first person to do vlogs in Japan. Maybe you do some of that. I mean, theoretically, those vlogs probably made me money. I don't think they made enough money to yet. I guess I bought a new camera and had to fly there and had to eat. But they offset some costs of a new camera that I bought that I use as a face cam for my channel. I think it's not too bad. Making content is a great way, and everyone can do it. You guys look at me and be like, man, Steve, boys, I'm like, look at me. Like, I'm nothing special. If I can sit here and do it, anyone can. If I can sit here and make a Pokemon store from a random town in Australia, anyone can. Anywhere around the world. Please use me as some sort of inspiration if that's all I'm going to be used for. So I highly suggest getting into a little bit of singles and understanding that, and maybe try to offset some costs of your own personal collection purchases, because I hope you're not just buying booster boxes and putting them away. I hope you're kind of like getting into the actual cards and, you know, collecting them and making some sort of sets. And then there's grading. And grading, you know, I could go on with grading for a long time. I actually just got a grading submission back. I just pulled this out of the box. I'm about to do a return video because I'm making content on my grading returns, because that's one of the best things for my selling. I get to show off my cards. I get some ad revenue from the video. Plus, I get my own information depository. I watch my grading returns all the time. It sounds narcissistic or whatever word you want to use, or it sounds insane that I would watch my own video, but like, why not? I mean, I like to watch my own grading returns. I like to remember, because I see the card graded and I'm like, oh, I remember I got that card in X and Y place and I bought it from this collection or that collection. I pulled it out of this box, and you know, all the good feels come back and I get all the endorphins and I get to relive them again. It's very important. I know I'm talking really fast, but to be honest, I really need to pee. So let's get over with this. All right, next one here. I will say grading is actually insane. I will tell you that right now. Obviously, I don't own any grading companies. And if you grade cards, it doesn't benefit me at all. Honestly, if you grade cards, it's probably worse for me, because my whole life depends on buying and selling graded cards realistically. So obviously, it's better for me if you don't grade cards. But card grading is the most diabolically insane way to increase value in your own Pokemon collection, and also increase the amount of money you have, and leveraging your information on the card, how much a graded version sells for, and then finding one in good condition. If you can connect all those dots, your life will change. Mine did, please, just letting you know. That's just a small part. Obviously, I can't shill for this stuff, because if I was chilling for it, I guess I would tell you don't grade and buy them off me. Some shit like that, I don't know. But whatever. So people will probably clip it and share it around and be like, this guy's shill. I don't know. Who knows? All right, build relationships. We talked a little bit about it before, where it's, you know, no more buying. But you still want to be involved in Pokemon, because you can't get your mind off it. I can't get my mind off it. So, you know, join some Discords, join some communities, you know, join the Lee Reddits. But what I will say, you want to try and be a part of places that are filled with, I don't know the right word. What's the right word? Filled with progressive people. So, you know, when I say that, it's like, you don't want to join a community where every 5 seconds someone's asking someone else, where's the best place to buy this? Or where's the deals? Or, you know, which store has the best deal on this at the moment? That's not really that progressive, and it doesn't really spark the mind for like things. You just want to be a part of a place where you can talk about Pokemon when you want. You can talk about other stuff when you want. You can talk about your other hobbies, because that's pretty much the best thing about this. It doesn't have to be an all-in sort of thing. You can just be a part of a community of people that you like. And you might not never win. Yeah, I can't recommend any, honestly. I mean, if you want to join our Discord, feel free. It's like a freestanding place. We just talk about whatever. It's not a bad place, in my opinion, personally. But it might not be what interests you for your own sort of likes. Just be a part of something, you know, build relationships, learn how you can help other people first without accepting anything in return. And then other people might do the same for you, you know. Maybe that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm helping you. Maybe people might see me help you and they go, hey, I want to help that guy because he helped that guy. But like, you don't do it so you get help, but it might happen. Who knows? What am I saying? But yeah, you're trying to be in a part of communities that aren't so based around money, 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 money. This is the next best thing. This is going to the moon. We got to get this. Oh, this one, we got to change this. Everyone buy. That's really bad, and it's going to just be worse for the long run. And a lot of those people, they don't stick around, and they also don't have your best interests at heart. Just like you want to be around people that have best interests for you, you have best interests for them. And I feel like it's a bit of an ebb and flow. Who knows? I don't know if you guys can hear the siren, but something's gone crazy outside. And then we've already talked about this before. This was to do with, you know, selling your cheaper stuff first. But I'll add a few more things to this. Obviously, sell your cheaper stuff first. But, you know, list. This is going to be terrible. Everything. How good is this? Can you read that? Oh, God, that's terrible. All right. List everything. So when I say list everything, I meant literally get off your ass and list everything. So me, I don't have everything listed because I have a lot of stuff. I've been doing this for a long time also, and I've also spent millions of dollars on stuff. So I have a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of stuff listed. And there's a lot of things I'm personally interested in that I've bought. I don't really feel like selling, but I'm still going to list them for sale. Like some, you know, gold stars, like I've mentioned. Like I'm just going to use a card for an example. I got 3 offers on a Mew Gold Star PSA 9. So a Japanese Mew Gold Star PSA 9. I have mine listed. a little bit higher than they're probably worth because I like the item and I'm not interested in selling it anytime soon. I really like gold stars. I like Mew and Charizard gold stars. So I try to buy as many of those as I can get, and I try to get them in high conditions, and I try to keep them because I like them. But I list them for sale, and then I see what kind of offers I'm getting, and I see what kind of traction they're getting. And when you're getting a lot of messages and you're getting this and you're getting that, and that can give you a little bit of like a, what's the word? It can like trigger your brain, give you some endorphins, kind of like make you happy in a certain way, give you more confidence that what you're doing might be working. So maybe you have some booster boxes you might not realize that's more expensive than the other ones. So if a price is $120 on a booster box, I would put mine up with great pictures, and say you are investing, you don't really want to sell it, I'd put mine up with some great pictures and put it up for like $220. That's whatever. 6 months goes by, that might be too fast, but a year goes by, it's still listed. It's free to list things on eBay, so just keep it up. But maybe some sell, and then you see someone messaging you, hey, would you take 150? Or they see that you have an eBay account. We'll go back. Give me 1 second. I'm not good enough with editing, so I don't know how to make like a pop-up screen, so I got to do it this way. They see that you have an eBay account and you have an item listed at 220. They message you on Instagram and they go, hey, would you take 150 for this? And you think to yourself, oh, wait a second. Oh, market price on that is like, the most that they can buy it for on eBay for is like 155. So they're offering you 150. That's already a better deal between like current listed and like off fees on eBay. And you go, hey, I wouldn't mind having an extra 150 because there's like item B that I want to buy for myself that coincidentally costs 150. Those things happen. This isn't like an uncommon thing. This happens every single day when you become a seller and you have a social presence, and there's just people that you have a lot of feedback. They will trust you and they want to buy from you. They don't want to waste your time. I mean, there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in this space buying and selling, interacting and everything. And I mean, it might not be a real offer. It might not be anything, but I feel like you can really get a benefit from that kind of stuff. I'm trying to see, do I have any sort of like, I was going to bring up an example on my phone, but I just forgot what I was talking about. Well, this is an example for my phone. Here you go. That's just a picture of my cat sleeping. He's got his head, or his hand covering his head. That's pretty cute, right? But other than that, I have nothing else for you. Sorry. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I didn't mean to like start the video with like slandering people, but some of this, it's just people can do whatever they want. It's a free country. It's a free world. It's free content on YouTube. I'm trying to make more positive stuff. I'm not going to say I'm the best guy ever. I'm a bit of an arsehole if you've known me for a long time. But I feel like most Australians probably are arseholes compared to the rest of the world. So I just like to tell it like it is. And if, it's just other people's money. People are playing with it. I'm trying my best. So that's here's the advice to the failed Pokemon investor. You're really not doing that bad in life, buddy. Well, it could, my mantra is, it could be worse. You know what I mean? And you've managed to, get $10,000 spent on a whole bunch of stuff. You are working in a job. Things could be worse. If you just go on YouTube and you see all these people and they flex how much stuff they have and they do all this and they have all this, it can be very easy, and it can happen to us. You could be doing it with me right now. Everyone's in different situations in life. Everyone's different. As long as you can be a net positive to yourself and then consistently make progress towards anything, I think that's really important. Making progress as a human is like the most important thing ever, in my opinion. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much anything you have. If you can wake up every day and make progress towards something that you're looking forward to, super important, in my opinion. And now I'm just waffling on. This video is basically done like 10 minutes ago. So there you go. I hope this helps. I hope this helps other people as well. There might be more people feeling this way. I don't really know. But other than that, my name's Steve. If you need anything else, feel free to reach out. There's no memberships or Patreons or anything. I don't know why I would have those, but I don't offer any exclusive services. I feel bad when I turn down people that want advice and they want like one-on-one chats and stuff like that, but I'm sorry, I just don't do that. I'm not comfortable taking people's money. Now, if you want to just have a general normal discourse, feel free to reach out and we can talk on Instagram. And if you want to support me, buy from the stores. That's probably the best way you can do it. Other than that, My name's Steve, like for the third time or fourth time, and I'll see you later.